Just as Madara said, Obito came back to him. Obito said he would do anything for him if he could be with Rin and Kakashi again, which is exactly what Madara wanted to hear. He explained to Obito his Eye of the Moon plan, which would create a world free of suffering and death. He taught Obito everything he knew, preparing for him to act in his stead. When it was time, he created a being known as Black Zetsu to guide Obito along, and disconnected himself from the Geromaza, telling Obito that until it was time for his return, Obito should assume his identity as Madara and make sure everything was in place. The first order of business was paying a visit to Amegakure and tracking down Nagato, the boy Madara had given his Rinnegan to years before, now working with his friends to aid their war-torn village as a group called Akatsuki. Obito and Zetsu offered to help Akatsuki, and while Nagato was tempted, their offer was shut down by leader Yahiko, who did not trust these creepy, mysterious strangers. Luckily for them, the village leader Hanzo was already planning to eliminate Yahiko. And when Nagato was left nearly alone and vulnerable, Obito approached again. This time Nagato and Konin accepted their offer, and a new Akatsuki was formed, with Pain as the leader and Obito acting in secret as Tobi. From here, there are years' worth of significant events orchestrated by Obito with Akatsuki, many of which have already been mentioned, and each serving Obito and Madara's ultimate goal, or at least someone's ultimate goal. You can't spell Sharingan without OP, and one of its many abilities is straight-up mind control through Genjutsu. I've spoken before about specific Mangekyo abilities like Koto Amatsukami, which is just straight-up mind control as well. That one's a little on the subtler side, works very similar to the film Inception, where you're essentially planting a very simple idea that will become the basis for how that person conducts themselves going forward. Obito doesn't have a very specific Genjutsu ability with his Sharingan. He is able to use just a general power of dominance. Technically, any Sharingan user, if they're skilled enough and train hard enough, should be able to achieve a similar effect, so long as the target is sufficiently weak-willed enough or just simply not skilled or experienced in dispelling Genjutsu. We see some examples of a simpler execution of this generic Sharingan ability in one of the films where Kakashi actually uses his Sharingan to just straight up put someone to sleep. And this is how Obito was able to take control of Yagura, the fourth Mizukage. It was a good opportunity. Not only is the Mist a powerful and influential village, but Yagura was also the Jinchuriki of the three-tailed beast Isobu. And Mist Village Ninja were the ones responsible for capturing Rin. What better way to get back at them all while moving his plan forward than ushering in the era of the Bloody Mist? He was even able to recruit a loyal and powerful follower in Kisame, a nice little bonus. During this time, Obito was even able to learn the truth about Rin. She was abducted by the Mist Ninja and forced to become the Jinchuriki of Isobu prior to Yagura, with the goal that she could return to Konoha and unleash the beast, destroying the village. She had asked Kakashi to kill her to prevent this from happening. Side note, I cannot stand the trope of woman character asking one of her closest friends and loved ones to kill her to save the world. Drives me absolutely bonkers. Not long after discovering this, Obito was found out by Ao of the Mist's Anbu and was forced to flee. Events would again take a fated turn when Obito privately returned to Konoha to pay respects to Rin's grave. While nearby, he saw his old frenemy Kakashi visiting as well, and Obito overheard him confiding to her grave that Kushina Uzumaki, the Jinchuriki of the nine-tailed fox Kurama, was due to give birth, which was a highly guarded secret because the seal used to keep Kurama inside her was weakened during childbirth. This gave Obito the perfect opportunity not only to advance Madara's plan, but to also get back at the village, and everyone in it. On the night Kushina was giving birth, Obito struck. He killed her bodyguards and midwives and immediately took the newborn Naruto. He knew that the child's father was the fourth Hokage, his former sensei, Minato, and counted on him to give chase. Minato was able to recover the baby, but this left Kushina unguarded, and Obito prevented him from helping. Minato did not recognize his former student and attacked solely with the intention of stopping the malicious intruder. Obito wasn't able to evade Minato for long, but did succeed in keeping him from telling anyone any information about who was responsible. And after Minato died sealing Kurama away, the damage had already been done. People in the village had seen the Sharingan controlling the rampaging beast and knew someone from the Uchiha clan was responsible, placing all of the clan under scrutiny and suspicion. Obito kept a low profile for a few years until he attacked the Fire Daimyo on the road during one of his annual tours, among his guards being the young but accomplished Itachi Uchiha. He attacked the group, killed Itachi's teammate Tenma, and left before he could be seen by Kakashi. He later approached Itachi again a few years later as Madara, and offered to help with eliminating the entire Uchiha clan. After accomplishing the dark task, Itachi left the village behind, and Obito gave him a place within his organization, Akatsuki. Next, we'll be covering all of the ways Obito continued to advance his master plan of a world without pain or suffering. Or was it Madara's plan? Or someone else's?